Question: when you woke up today, what was your motivation? When you're confused about something, what do you fall back on? When you make personal decisions, what do you base them on? Conveniently, all of those questions have the same answer: your axiom. Whether you realize it or not, you have an axiom for your life, and you apply it to all of those questions. So what is an axiom anyways? An axiom is the core belief that you base your life on. How do I know you have one? Easy. You're still alive. Anyone who has a pulse has an axiom for their life. It forms the track you run your life on, and if you didn't have one, then you would not be able to exist. This is why it says in Proverbs 29:18, where there is no vision, people perish. This, of course, leads to my example of core beliefs. First, that there is one and only one God, whose name is Yahweh, and He is the creator of the universe. He is completely sovereign. The Bible is His infallible word to us and is meant as instruction and insight into His divine nature. Man is depraved as a result of sin, and accepting Jesus as Savior and Redeemer is the only way to get to God. Put all those things together and you have the foundation I live my life by. Therefore, anything or anyone that contradicts those statements is completely wrong as far as I'm concerned. If that were not how I treated the matter, then one could easily and correctly say that I didn't genuinely believe my axiom. Wait a sec. What if my axiom contradicts yours? After all, there are so many of them out there, right? Who am I to say that you're not correct? Me? I am nobody with enough authority to do so. I'm sure everyone is nodding their heads in agreement to that. Remember my axiom, though. Although there are those that would disagree, I'm not stating personal opinion. I'm not saying something like, red is superior to all other colors. I'm stating what the sovereign God of all creation has dictated through His word as being correct. Wow, I am seriously rocking the boat now, aren't I? Anyways, if I didn't get your goat with that last bit of information, then I will get it with this. In addition to an axiom, you, yes you, have a God. That tidbit of information is the proverbial elephant in the room. Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, atheist, agnostic, or whatever title you want to give yourself, you still have a God. Regardless of who you are, there is something in your life that you rely on to the point of reverence. Reverence, aka worship. If you disagree, you're kidding yourself. Big time. The real question is who or what is your God? Here's an easy way to find out. Stop for a second and pick out the one thing in your life that you rely on more than anything else. Ta-da! There's your God. For some people, their God is their intellect, and for others, it's money, family, fame, science, careers, boyfriends, girlfriends, and so on and so on. Now that I've shown you that you have one, let me assure you that any of those things that I just mentioned will fail you in the long run. This is why it says in Exodus 23, "You shall have no other gods before me." God knows that none of those other things will cut the mustard. Now, before you hit the stop button or throw something at the screen, let me ask you this. Are you confident enough in your axiom that you could put it to the test? You should be, and if you're not, then your beliefs must not hold much water. Now, you might be saying, can I prove that my God is the one true God? No, of course I can't spit out some tidbit of information that's going to knock you off the foundations you built for yourselves. This is because turning to or rebelling against God is never an issue of the mind. It is always a matter of the heart. The cool thing is, I don't have to prove anything to you. God does that Himself. If you really want proof, then go to the source and test it. Earnestly study the Bible, and God will prove and reveal Himself to you. The key words in that sentence were, earnestly study. Don't skim through it and take things out of context, or listen to hearsay, or formulate an opinion based on what the internet says. Study the Word for yourself. Understand that I'm not challenging you to do something that I haven't done myself. No matter what I've compared it to, the Bible always comes out on top. It always shows me it can be trusted. Now, with all that said, who is your God? Think about it. Until next time. Oh man, dude, can you not read today? Do it again. Crack the whip.